Let g of x equal 1 over x. Can we use the intermediate value theorem to say that there is a value c such that g of c is equal to 0 and negative 1 is less than or equal to c is less than or equal to 1? If so, write a justification. So in order to even use the intermediate value theorem, you have to be continuous over the interval that you care about. And this interval that we care about is from x equals negative 1 to 1. And 1 over x is not continuous over that interval. It is not defined when x is equal to 0. And so we could say no, because g of x not defined, or I could say, let me just say not continuous. It's also not defined on every point of the interval, but let's say not continuous over the closed interval from negative 1 to 1. And we could even put parentheses, not defined at x is equal to 0. All right, now let's ask the second question. Can we use the intermediate value theorem to say that the equation g of x is equal to 3/4 has a solution where 1 is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to 2? If so, write a justification. All right, so first let's look at the interval. If we're thinking about the interval from 1 to 2, well, yeah, our function is going to be continuous over that interval. So we could say g of x is continuous on the closed interval from 1 to 2. And if you wanted to put more justification there, you could say g defined for all real numbers such that x does not equal 0. I could write g of x defined for all real numbers such that x does not equal to 0. And you could say rational functions like 1 over x are continuous at all points in their domains, at all points in their domain. That's really establishing that g of x is continuous on that interval. And then we want to see what values does g take over at, or what values does g take on at the endpoints, or actually these are the endpoints that we're looking at right over here. G of 1 is going to be equal to 1 over 1 is 1, and g of 2 is going to be 1 over 2 is equal to 1 over 2. So 3/4 is between g of 1 and g of 2. So by the intermediate value theorem, there must be an x. There must be an x that is in the interval from, we're talking about the interval from 1 to 2, such that g of x is equal to 3/4. And so, yes, we can use the intermediate value theorem to say that the equation g of x is equal to 3/4 has a solution. And we are done.